All right, so we're going to be continuing our journey with inverses. And so this is a graph that we know how to graph. And so we want to be able to kind of figure out how could I do that using the parent graph of y equals x squared. So here, if I want to find the inverse, I could say x is equal to negative square root of y plus 3 minus 1. And then if I start solving for y, I could add 1 to both sides. And so I'm going to flip it around just so that it's in the right order. So I've got negative square root of y plus 3 is equal to x plus 1. And then I can square both sides. So notice squaring is going to take care of that negative as well. And so I get y plus 3 is equal to, because these cancel, and I get x plus 1 squared. And so subtracting 3 from both sides, we get y is equal to, and then we get x plus 1 quantity squared minus 3. Okay, so when I go to graph that, that says translate it to the left 1 and down 3, and then it's a square function. So to the right 1 squared is up 1, to the right 2 squared is up 1, 2, 3, 4, and to the right 3 squared is 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. To the left 1 squared would be up 1, negative 2 squared is positive 4, and negative 3 squared is positive 9. So this would be the graph of the inverse. Okay, so that if I want to graph the actual function, I could reverse these points. And so I have a point at 2, 6, so that's going to be 6, 2. I have a point at 1, 1, and that's going to stay put. 0, negative 2 becomes negative 2, 0. Negative 1, negative 3 becomes negative 3, negative 1. Negative 2, negative 2 stays put. Negative 3, 1 becomes 1, negative 3. And negative 4, 6 becomes 6, negative 4. Now, before I go to graph this, this would not be a function. And notice this one doesn't have plus or minus in it, so the actual final answer should be a function. So instead of drawing the entire parabola, we're just going to draw the bottom part because it says negative. So we're drawing the part that would have been a reflection across the x-axis. So we're looking at this portion of the graph. Okay, so if I had no clue how to draw a square root function, that would be one way that I could do it, going back to a function that I do understand. All right, so we hinted at this one. So what I want you to do is see if you could algebraically find this equation's inverse. So pause your video and find the inverse of this function. So if I switch my x and my y, I get x is equal to the cube root of y plus 3. So I could subtract 3 from both sides, and those cancel. And so I get the cube root of y is equal to x minus 3. And then to get rid of a cube root, I would cube both sides. So this cancels with this. And that gives me y is equal to x minus 3 quantity cubed. Now, that is something that I know how to graph. I don't have a graph, a parent graph on page 137. Remember I said it would be our favorite page. I don't have a graph on there about cube roots, but I have one on cubes. So this one says translate it to the right 3 units, because if I set x minus 3 equal to 0, we would get x is equal to 3. And then it's the cube function. So to the right 1 cubed is up 1. To the right 2 cubed would be up 8. To the left 1 cubed, negative 1 cubed is negative 1, and negative 2 cubed is negative 8. So this would be the inverse function. Okay, so I'm using that inverse to be able to draw the real function without having to do x, y charts and all that good stuff. So now I'm going to flip these points. So I have a point at 5, 8, so that's now going to be a point at 8, 5. A point at 4, 1 becomes a point at 1, 4. A point at 3, 0 becomes a point at 0, 3. A point at 2, negative 1 becomes a point at, hold on, let me say that again. 2, negative 1 becomes negative 1, positive 2. And my point at 1, negative 8 becomes a point at negative 8, 1. And so when I draw this in, this is the drawing of my actual function without any x or y or xy charts. Okay, so that is it for inverses.